Good morning, early risers. It's 4 a.m., and if you're tuning in right now, you're here to push boundaries, own your grind, and get one step closer to those big goals, all before the sun comes up. Today's episode is a deep one, and it's something every go getter needs to hear. We're diving into the balance between hustle and flow, the grind and the groove, the drive to succeed, and the need to recharge. Let's start with hustle. Hustle culture has gotten mixed opinions lately, but it's undeniable. When you're on that grind, you're pushing yourself to new heights. Hustle is about committing yourself fully, chasing those goals relentlessly, and staying on that edge every single day. It's waking up early, grinding, doing the work, sacrificing the easy route. But here's the kicker. Hustle is powerful, but it's not limitless. I'm talking about those moments when you push yourself so hard you're running on fumes, but you still keep going because you believe it's the only way forward. I know some of you feel that right now. Maybe you're out there grinding through a job, a project, or a fitness goal, and you've told yourself, I just need to keep hustling harder. And that's true. Hustle is a part of it, but it's only one side of the equation. Now, let's talk about flow. Flow is this concept that doesn't get the same attention as hustle, but it's just as crucial. Flow is when you're fully immersed in what you're doing. You're lost in it. Time fades, distractions are gone, and everything just clicks. The science of flow is amazing. When you're in the flow, your brain releases dopamine and endorphins, chemicals that boost motivation, increase pleasure, and improve your focus. Studies show that being in flow can make you 5 times more productive. That's right, 5 times. But flow doesn't come from pushing yourself to exhaustion. It comes from being fully engaged and enjoying the process. Think about it. Some of the best breakthroughs, the biggest wins, and the most satisfying work come not from when grinding endlessly, but from being in that groove where it all aligns. So how do you get in the flow if you're constantly hustling? How do you find that groove? Here's where it gets interesting. Hustle and flow aren't enemies. They're partners. But there's a delicate balance. Here are a few strategies to find that sweet spot. Number 1, set intentional rest periods. Hustle can drive you into burnout if you don't pause. Studies show that rest periods are crucial for replenishing mental energy. Athletes build rest into their training routines because the body and mind both need time to recharge. If you want to go hard tomorrow, you need to let yourself recharge today. Number 2, create routines to trigger flow. Routines get a bad rap as boring, but they're actually powerful. A routine lets you prepare your brain to enter flow state. It could be a morning ritual, pre-workout stretching, or even a power playlist that gets you into the zone. This isn't wasting time, it's priming your mind to do its best work. Number 3, focus on one high-impact goal. Flow needs focus. Pick one goal for each day. When you narrow it down to one focus, you make it easier for yourself to get fully absorbed, rather than scattered across a bunch of priorities. Number 4, be deliberate with social media and other distractions. Distractions pull us out of flow like nothing else. Every time you interrupt your focus to check a text, a notification, you're breaking out of flow state, and it takes about 20 minutes to get back into it fully. So it's about tuning into that rhythm. Hustle when you need to push hard, find your flow when you want to achieve effortlessly, and know when to switch between the two. Let's talk about some people who've mastered this balance. Number 1, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold is a man who hustled like crazy in bodybuilding, acting, and politics. He'd grind, train relentlessly, work on his businesses, and keep at it. But he also talks about finding joy in the work. For Arnold, lifting weights wasn't just about the grind, it was his passion. And that passion drove him to reach flow in his workouts and routines. Number 2, Kobe Bryant. Kobe was the embodiment of hustle with his Mamba mentality. His work ethic was legendary. Hours spent in the gym training relentlessly. But what separated Kobe was his ability to lock into flow during games. When he was on the court, he was unstoppable, fully immersed in the rhythm of the game. It was that seamless blend of hustle and flow that made him a champion. Kobe pushed himself to the limits in training, but when it was game time, he knew how to let his instincts and preparation take over. Number 3, Eminem. Eminem's journey is one of relentless hustle mixed with moments of pure, unfiltered flow. He spent years perfecting his craft, rapping endlessly, scribbling down lyrics, honing his art. But when he's in the booth, spitting rhymes, he hits a state of flow. The lyrics and beats just seem to pour out, like he's not even thinking, just performing. That's the power of hustle-backed flow. He didn't just become one of the best selling artists of all time by grinding alone. He found that zone where his art took over and he let the words flow. These people all understood that life isn't about endless grind. It's about knowing when to go hard and when to let flow take you. All right, early risers, let's pull it all together. The hustle is important, but so is the flow. You need to know when to push and when to ease into that rhythm. Ask yourself, am I hustling too hard right now, running on empty? Or am I leaning too much on comfort when I should be pushing my limits? Finding that balance is about tuning into yourself, learning from your experience, and constantly adjusting as you grow. Remember, success isn't just about going hard 24/7. It's about going smart. Build your routine, find moments to recharge, get focused, and commit to a high impact goal. So as you head into your day, think about where you can balance hustle with flow. If you're on that grind, find that moment of clarity where you're fully immersed. If you're taking a rest day, let that rest fuel your fire. Own it. Get up, grind, win, all before the sun rises. Finally, I want you to head over to speakpipe.com/beforethesun and leave me a message which could get featured on this podcast. Tell me your name, where you're from, and what you're pushing for right now. Let's fuel this community of warriors together. And as always, get the fuck up. Go.